Hey everybody, welcome to Better Food. Um, I wanted to make this video because I started eating sort of gluten-free. I thought I was really allergic to gluten. I was having stomach problems. I started 2020 July. I was having stomach problems, and I think I've actually finally figured it out. And I think a lot of people think they're gluten intolerant. I don't know. I think it's more complicated. So I just kind of want to talk about what works for me. Um, and there's going to be some notes along the way. I realized, just a quick summary, it's like I look for the glyphosate free label now, um, and it also has to be organic. So that's the quick sort of synopsis of what I'm talking about. Let's see, sorry, I'm just remembering. So here's what I've found works for me in terms of eating healthy and keeping a healthy stomach, and feel like I'm continuing to get healthier, which feels really good. One, live in a healthy place. That seems to be the most important thing. With lots of organic farms. So this bread is what I found useful. This pacha bread, it's buckwheat, it's organic, it's frozen, and it's kind of a pain to cut. Those prices are kind of odd there. Yeah, it's about $6 per thing. And so, yeah, it's interesting. People always talk about how stuff's expensive, and then I'm like, well, how much do you pay for health insurance? And like, you're eating good food. That seems more important to me, but whatever. So the problem that I realized is I think it's glyphosate, which is basically the pesticide. It's a chemical that we put on, that farmers put on bread, or they put on wheat, and they put on all sorts of stuff to kill stuff with Round. I think it's in the Roundup thing. It's probably in other stuff, but yeah. So they've created this glyphosate residue-free label for food, and basically, you know that like organic stuff doesn't, like, if there's an organic farm right next to a non-organic farm or whatever, it's like it might be the water might just spray over, and so a lot of organic stuff has glyphosate on it, and so we'll still be sensitive to organic stuff. Because a lot of us are sensitive to glyphosate, just chemicals in general, just not food, but pesticides, herbicides, fungicides that are put on the food. So this is an example of something that doesn't work, or that I don't think works. We'll sort of see. Almonds are notoriously, I've done a lot of research. There's all these different lists about what has more glyphosate, what's likely to be contaminated. Almonds, I find, have a lot of glyphosate if you eat non-organic ones, or maybe not glyphosate, but it makes me feel terrible when I eat non-organic almonds and almond products. And so I found this almond butter, which is glyphosate free, but it's not organic. And I think the reason it doesn't work is because they could spray it with fungicides, they could spray it with other stuff. It's just not glyphosate free. So it's Barney butter, that's the name of it. And so I kind of discovered the hard way that this doesn't work for me. I don't think it works for me. This is a journal of trying to solve this issue. But what was I going to say about this? I'm trying to remember. It has, if you have like candida problems, right? Like if a lot of your problems come from candida problems, which is like a whole nother thing, and I'm not going to talk about here. And someone has a fungicide, like the anti-fungicide might help kill the candida or something. I'm totally thinking out loud here, but it's also gonna set it off. Like I don't know if you want to do it that way. It might kill good fungi in our microbiome as well. So that's something I've been thinking about with that. So having good farms, good local farms, like buying from farmers markets if you can. I find going at the beginning of the day, the very end of the day, you want to negotiate. These are farmers, so negotiate if you can. And just like getting in the habit of going there, being around other people that are buying good food, healthy food, not the garbage that's in grocery stores lately. And then that's it. That's what works for me. So basically, like, meals consist of like, some pacha bread, I think, is probably my favorite grain, or the one that I feel the most confident is healthy for me. And then like organic farms Ideally local farms for meat / proteins, and vegetables. And then olive oil for oil. People say, I haven't really tried these, coconut oil, also good, but there's a lot of inflammatory things, and avoiding inflammatory things, especially with candida problems, I think is important. So this is just what I'm thinking about lately. This is what I'm focused on. Like I said, it's a bit of a journal. I hope that you take something from this, and I hope you share what works for you with trying to eat healthier. Thanks. See you in the next one.